Susie from HeyGrillHey.com. Welcome to my backyard. This is a new series we're starting with our backyard barbecue test kitchen. You're invited to hang out with us. We'll show you guys some behind the scenes of recipe development days, little snippets from our life, but also recipes and tips and tricks that you can use in your backyard to become better at barbecue. Today we're talking about two-zone cooking. I'm going to show you what that means so you can master the flame, make better barbecue in your backyard. So here's the lowdown. Two-zone cooking is pretty much exactly how it sounds. One zone hot, one zone not hot. And that means when you're cooking, you can put food over the high temperature, high heat, direct flame, hot grills, get that classic crispy char on the outside. You can also use the indirect heat side for slow cooking. That means you can bring steaks up in temperature slowly so they're not rare on the inside and charred on the outside. You can have perfectly cooked through chicken breasts. It is the way to go in terms of backyard barbecue heat management. And like I said, it works on any type of grill you have. So we'll show you two different examples. Let's start with charcoal. Yeah, we start with charcoal? My favorite way to start charcoal is in a charcoal chimney. This allows airflow from the bottom to heat the coals, get them all even, and then it gives you control when you're dumping out the coals so you can put them exactly where you want them, which is perfect for two-zone cooking. We're gonna fill this. That looks good. And then underneath, we're using a charcoal starter. It's called a tumbleweed. I like these tumbleweeds because they will light an entire chimney of charcoal in about 15 minutes. But if you don't have the tumbleweeds, you can use a lot of other different fire starters that are on the market. We forever just balled up a bunch of paper towels or a bunch of newspaper, stuck it on the bottom, lit that, let that catch the coals on top. Today we're using lump charcoal instead of briquettes. Either one work, it's kind of based on your preference. I've found that lump charcoal tends to burn hotter and faster in a kettle style cooker like this. Briquettes seem to hold their temperature for a little bit longer, but everybody sees mixed results based on the type of cooker they have and what you're cooking. So if you're cooking things for a really long time, those slow burn briquettes can be really nice because they'll hold temperature for a really long time. Or if you're doing lump charcoal and you look for really big pieces of lump, those hold temperature for a really long time. Also, we're gonna be doing more hot and fast grilling today, so I went with just classic B&B lump. It's gonna be perfect for our two-zone cooking. Like I said, these are gonna take about 15 minutes to preheat, so we'll let those roll and we can talk to you guys about two-zone cooking on a gas grill. That's a bad angle. That's just a real bad angle, Todd. While our charcoal's heating up, let's talk about two-zone cooking on a gas grill because most Americans have a gas grill in their backyard. And to be honest with you, the first time I ever smoked anything or cooked anything with two-zone cooking was in a gas grill in my backyard. Not like this one. Mine was really crappy. We got it for free on Craigslist, had spider webs, the whole dirty grill scenario. But we still turned out a really delicious smoked turkey breast. So utilizing gas grills should be a part of your backyard barbecue arsenal. So let's talk about how to do two-zone cooking on a gas grill just like this one. So this is a 3-burner gas grill. Two-zone cooking works as long as you have at least 2 burners to work with. You can do this with 4 burners, 6 burners, 8 burners, it doesn't matter how big your grill gets. The idea is that you can have half of the grill generating really high hot heat and half of the grill with little to no heat. So I'm gonna turn on one side of the grill, get that lit, close the lid, and then let it preheat for a little while. And the reason that I do this is because what temperature this hits will indicate whether or not I pop on this middle burner. If I'm looking for about 275 degrees, I know on this grill I can have 1 burner on high, the other 2 off, and it'll give me a nice low temperature of 275 is the ambient temperature in the grill. So when I have, say, a chicken breast or a steak that's really thick on the indirect heat side, it's getting that nice low convection style temperature of 275. When it's on the high temperature grill side, I can push about 500 to 600 degrees right over this side. If you want the overall temperature of your grill to be higher at 350, then I'll usually turn on the middle burner. What's nice about this is it not only gives you like a nice lower temperature for things like thick cuts of steak or chicken, but if you want to bake in your grill outside, you can pop a pie, a cobbler, a crisp, whatever you want on this indirect heat side where there's no heat underneath, and it'll give you that nice ambient temperature of whatever you want it to be, using these other two as kind of like your temperature gauges and your temperature dials. So use the dome thermometer. Make sure you have one side that's completely off, no heat, one side that's all the way high, and then you can fiddle with the middle to kind of be your sweet spot where it's warm. Fiddle with the middle. That's the thing that I just said. Let's let this guy get up to temperature. I mean, it's only been on for a couple minutes and it's already at 250, so I know that's gonna be a nice low temperature. I like to use this for smoking things. You can make smoke pouches, or I have another video for how to smoke on a gas grill, and it utilizes this 2-zone cooking. What I really love about this is if you like that hard, high temperature sear, you can do that. And if you like it to cook low and slow, you can do that too. And especially with gas, sometimes you have to battle flare-ups because you have fat dripping down onto those flavor bars, and then they, especially if you're doing something fatty like ribeyes or burgers, to have the no heat zone where you can pull your steaks off instead of just letting them sit and get that like acrid, overcharred, flare-up, burned flavor, it's gonna change the game for how everything tastes in your backyard. I don't know how you guys grew up, but my dad grew up with a spray bottle, and he would just spray underneath to put the fire out. And so having 2-zone cooking allows you to really mitigate those flare-ups without having to stand there constantly battling that fire. These are new. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just talking so much, you guys. Take some, leave some. All the information I have about 2-zone cooking, I'm just word vomiting it out onto you. How are our charcoal coals? They're not ready yet. This real hot though. You'll know your coals are ready when you start to see like white ash on top of the coals. See how they're all still black? Like we're getting some flames up the side. We know that it's happening. It's working. We're just not there yet. Soon. They're still not ashed over on the top. We've got a vortex of heat coming out. So these are our gross barbecue gloves, and we use them for like moving grill grates around, and they get very dirty. And I also use them for dumping charcoal because they have a little bit of heat resistance, but not like I don't have to ruin my nice kitchen oven mitts. And also I just put these on, and then I grabbed Todd's butt, and then he yelled at me because now he has a greasy handprint on his butt. Sorry, Todd.
They're good. Let's go.
Are you filming? Okay, great. All right, our coals have just started to ash over on the top, which means underneath they are white hot, and in my opinion, ready to dump. So I'm gonna lift these guys up. I'm gonna pour them on one side of the grill, and this is where the chimney is really nice, because you can really direct where you want your coals to go. So as you can see, I've got all my coals lined up on one side of the grill and no coals on the other side of the grill. That means we're gonna have a gradient of heat from super high to lowest heat possible, and in the middle is a nice sweet spot where you can get some really great like roasty cooking. High temperature side is gonna give you all that crispy, crunchy exterior sear and crust on the outside of your food, and the indirect side is gonna give you that nice slow rise in temperature, which means like perfect coast to coast pinks on your steak or really juicy chicken. And these are ready to cook on. So now that our coals are in, we can just pop our grate on top, pop on the lid, let the grates heat up for just a couple of minutes, and then these are ready to cook on. I hope you guys loved this quick little backyard tutorial for 2-zone cooking. I hope it helps elevate your backyard barbecue game. For a whole list of recipe ideas that you can use 2-zone cooking, check out heygrillhey.com or subscribe to the other videos on my channel. That's where all of our recipes live, so you can follow along and become a backyard barbecue hero. We'll catch you guys next time. Are you sad you didn't get to eat something this time? Sorry.
Oh, you're gonna cook on this?
I can't have hot coals and not cook anything because it already smells good just having the coals rolling, but the kids wanted lunch. So I got some Polish dogs. Those are just gonna go right over the direct heat side, you guys. High class technique for some high class sausages, as we do.